Welcome to the fifth week of Connect Groups for this session. I'm dropping in for a few moments to join you so that I can make sure that your Connect Group stays connected and in sync with all the other Connect Groups at Fusion City Church. During this meeting, again, take some time and discuss your community service project. Every session, we encourage all of our Connect Groups to find a need and then meet that need together as a group. And if you need some help finding a service project or service opportunity, be sure to reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you find one. Also, to be sure that you stay in the loop with all things Fusion, check out the Church Center app. This is the app that Fusion uses for all of our events, our sermon notes, videos on Sunday, Connect Group communication. You guys can chat together. You can plan meals together, social events. Your me time schedule is there, me time study tools. Your volunteer weekends are also on the app. It's just overall a great resource. So I just ask that you take advantage of it and use it. You'll be glad that you did. And before I go, I want to help you get started in discussing 1 Corinthians chapter 15, and I trust that you came here prepared to discuss chapter 15 now. We have a great tool to help you prepare for Connect Group meetings, and it's found in the app in your group under Resources. Simply select Me Time, and there you go. You have a great tool to use, so use that. And now on to 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Specifically, verse 10. I'm going to read verse 10 from the ESV, English Standard Version, and it reads this way, verse 10, "But by the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace toward me was not in vain." This is just the first part of verse 10, but is my personal takeaway for all of chapter 15. I've asked myself, can I repeat what Paul says here? And is it really true of my life? Not only is this my personal application, but it also sums up the entire chapter. Paul reminds all of us what the gospel is and then gives us assurance that we are not in our final resting place. There's a great eternal life to come that can only follow the death of our current state. In the gospel and in verse 10 and 11, Paul reminds us to work hard in this life for the benefit of others by sharing the good news, the gospel that changed our life. So now when this video ends, I ask you to ask yourself, can I repeat the words that Paul says in this chapter in verse 10, and is it true of my life? Now, earlier I said I wanted to help you get started in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, and don't let my question be the only conversation that you have in this chapter. This is a long chapter, and there is plenty to talk about. The question I pose is simply one of my personal takeaways from my me time. Each one of you has your own individual takeaway, and I just encourage you to share that with your group. So now go and discuss. And before you leave your meeting, if you haven't already, be sure to pray together as a group. And until we see each other again, I pray that you stay safe and God bless.